review today on the Zettle, although I think actually they just call it Zettle now, card reader by PayPal. So if you're an artist or a designer or an illustrator or a maker of any kind and you do markets, trade shows, events, etc., you will probably want a card reader. I'll get more into this as we go in, but basically every payment I take is on card at a market these days. Nobody brings cash. Many people will just bring card, and especially people that stumble on the market by accident, they didn't expect there to be a market, so they haven't brought cash. People don't carry cash. So yeah, I'm going to get into why I chose this card reader, what the features of it are, what I like, what I don't like as much, and overall the performance. I have taken it to a market, so it's tried and tested, and I'll show you some screenshots as well of the app that you use to work with it. But first things first, it is brand new. I have used it, but I saved the plastic to peel off with you. Are we ready? Oh, wow, that is shiny. This is the Zettle card reader and it is made by PayPal. It is in black with a little green tag there and a little green button there. I think you can get it in white, but I chose black because it looks sleek and it will stay clean. People get all their grubby fingers all over it. Although a lot of people don't, because as you can see it is contactless. So really there needs to be no touching, but they can put their card in the bottom if needed, put a little pin number in. So I actually ordered this in a state of pure emergency because I had the old PayPal card reader that I'd had for maybe 7 years, a long time. I'd had that for absolutely ages, and they sent me an email sometime beginning of the year saying this card reader is getting discontinued because obviously they've brought out the Zettle ages and ages ago, but I never needed to upgrade because I already had one that works. So they said we're discontinuing it. And I was like, oh, that's fine, I've not got a market booked for ages yet. Then the market came around, and you can watch this in one of my last vlogs, and I'll link it. And the market came around, and I was like, I haven't got a card reader. And it was like 2 weeks till the market started, and I was going on holiday a week before the market. So really I only had 1 week to sort out a card reader. So I had to do some quick research, chose this one, and it actually got dispatched like the same day that I ordered it, thank God, because I thought I've got 2 weeks for it to come, so that's in theory enough time. But what if I'm away and the postman brings it and I'm not in and he won't leave it on the doorstep because it's valuable, and then I can't get it because I was coming back from holiday the night before the market, so I won't have time to go to collect it from the post office. Like, I was stressing, but it came like within 3 days, so I was so pleased. So yeah, that's good. If you need a card reader in a pinch, I can vouch for this. So cost, as you can see, I just checked the cost, because it was only £29 for the actual card reader, which is so cheap, and then it's a standard 1.75% per transaction fee, which some are more, some are less, but they're all roughly around the same thing, like 2%-ish, so I was happy with that. And the £29 for the actual device, perfect. And then you get the app, which is just the like Zettle card reader app, and that's free, and you manage everything from there. So super easy and super cost effective in terms of that. There are some card readers where you can get really fancy ones. You can get, there was like I can't remember if it was Square or Sum Up that I looked at, where you could get one for roughly the same price, but it was just a little square, it didn't have a screen on it or anything, and I like people to be able to see the price that I'm charging them. So when I put in £10 on the app, it puts £10 on the screen, and then I can present that to them and they can tap their card. So I just thought, if it doesn't have a screen, I don't really like that. I don't think I'd like that as a buyer, to just be randomly tapping on some little box. It feels weird. So other features that it has, obviously everything's done in the app, and you can list all your products there ahead of time, and then it has like a little grid menu, super easy, and you can just tap which one you want and it comes straight through to the card reader. So I set up a few of those, but the other thing that I would have wanted is just like a section on that grid menu to just charge a specific amount, because they buy something that I didn't put on there yet, then I've got to type in the number and it's not right there. You have to go into the separate side menu and click amount. So sell is where all your products are listed, and then amount is where you can type in a random number. And I would just sort of liked it to be more streamlined and have that random amount number on that product grid as well, because I think that would have made it go a lot smoother. However, that being said, that's a small thing. It is really efficient because you can list all your products. Just if you haven't listed them all or you want something else, you know, you can have that option. The other thing that I really liked about it was at the end of the day, or even during the day, you can go into receipts and it shows you a summary of everyone's transactions, like the amounts, what time it was. And that's really useful for me to see at a market, like what the busy points of the day was. You can see on mine, I've got several transactions within 1 hour and then it dies off into the afternoon. I found that really useful, and I find that helpful, and I just find it interesting because I'm a stats nerd like that. And I also liked that you can go into a more detailed report and you can see the number of transactions in one day, you can see the average value of transactions in one day, and just stuff like that I find really interesting, and it's all good data for you to take into your next market. There are also features that I haven't used but I do think are kind of cool. Probably a lot of small businesses, small traders won't need them, but you can add them if you want, and I think it's really interesting because this is only £29, but the features it has means that you could use it in like a real life shop, because you can add barcode scanners. So I presume, obviously I haven't done it, but I presume you'll have a barcode scanner already. You'll scan it and it'll sync to this, so the amount will come up on here, which is ideal in a shop. And you can also add tipping, and I believe there's different options for how you want people to add tips, like add a percentage or a fixed amount, whatever. So if you're in sort of like a catering industry, you know, if you're trading food at a market, that might be a cool option to have. Obviously it's not really for me to do tipping, but I kind of like that the option's there. It makes a lot of sense. It just proves that it's quite a versatile card reader for like all kinds of businesses. So things that I wish it did, as I said a minute ago, I would like it if you could type in the amount on the app easier, like in that grid menu. I think that would just make it way more streamlined. Or even, as I've just done that, I've thought, imagine if you could tap in the amount on the reader and not even have to go on your phone. That would be ideal. So quick and simple. But it does not do that. The other thing that I would like is, because it's made by PayPal, it goes straight to your PayPal account. As you can see, my transactions through the day went into my PayPal account one by one, and then I deposited that amount at the end of the day into my business bank account. I would sort of prefer if there was an option where you could just link it straight away to your business bank account, so everything just goes in there. But it's not a bad thing, I guess, because it's easier to just transfer one lump sum at the end of the day. Or maybe it could hold all the amounts like in the app somehow, and then, I don't know, chuck them into your bank account in one go, so you don't have to go through the separate PayPal app, by the way, because you're working on the Zettle app and then you need to go to the PayPal app, which is different, to transfer your takings into your business bank account. So that's like 3 different apps that you have to go in. So I think it would be nice if that process was streamlined, but it is what it is. It's not too much of a fuss at the end of the day, and it's nice to sort of go into your PayPal and see everything that's accumulated from your sales. So a little bit about the device itself. As you can see, it's got the buttons, it's got the contactless, it's got 2 little rubber sections on the back so it doesn't slide about. It has got a little, I don't know what you call that, you know, where you loop string through, so you could maybe have it on a lanyard, I don't know. The little power button there, and the charger there is one of those, I don't know what you call it, those USB ones. It's not an iPhone one, and it's not an actual USB, the little one. I could not be a serious tech reviewer. I'm an artist. So yeah, it's just simple. Obviously you've got your buttons, and then you've got simple, cancel, or tick. Easy peasy, everyone can use it. So overall, the battery life was good. It lasted all day at the market, and had charge left over, which is obviously what you want. It was a 6-hour market, so can't ask for more than that. It maybe would go to 8 hours, I don't know. It does sort of like time out, go during the day and go into sleep mode, which is fine. It is a bit slow to warm up, but not too slow. As you can see, it says welcome now. I'll just show you how long it takes to start up. So that it would go to sleep and then you hold your button and it lights up. And then it says welcome. It's not that slow, but then you need to then pick up your app and put in your amount and then come back to this and be like, there you go. So obviously if you didn't have to turn it on first, it would be a bit quicker. But realistically it can't sit on properly for 6 hours because it's really going to drain the battery. Overall, I rate this a good card machine. It does the job, it's simple, you can make it more complicated if you wish by adding the barcode scanners, etc. But for me, at a market, it really just does the job and it only cost less than £30. So, super simple. I will use this for a long time. I would have thought, yeah, I'm just really happy with it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what card readers you have. I did, when I was buying it, ask a few people what they used, and Square and SumUp seem to be the most common. I chose this just because of the low unit cost and then the decent transaction fee. Let me know if you enjoyed this. Let me know if you'd like me to review any other small biz, artist, designer, tech, etc. since I'm such a good tech reviewer now. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. So thank you for watching.